and saying, you know what I always preach is, I'm going to do what's best for this job. This job has these parameters. I need to deliver it tomorrow.
Look on here and see my whole face. And I ain't got no hat on, so y'all about to get it as it is, as it come. Let's go to Squad Talks Live. Squad Bunch. What's going on, Barb? How you doing tonight? I'm in from the closet. Actually, I'm in my closet where I shoot my in my closet episodes, and just trying to come up with some new names for some new shows, y'all. So I'm drawing inspiration, going back over old videos. I'm looking through what we've done with the Squad Creators podcast, how we're able to talk to a lot of people that run the industry. And I'm thinking of a different angle. And I don't care to put this out to the public. Everybody know I'm a social media butterfly, so they say. But I'm trying to figure out the best way to bring this information to you guys. One would just be to actually do a whole nother podcast of sorts. Um, the issue with that is timing. So my timing is randomness. So it's just a bunch of craziness. But we have over 200, maybe close to 300 videos, interviews where we talked to industry greats. We spoke to crafters within the industry. We spoke to people that's never been on YouTube before that prompted and started their YouTube. Um, a friendship, a brotherhood was formed, was bonded. Um, and this was all organically, like up until I would say the transition over. But for those that's on this live, I appreciate you tapping in with me. As it has been a bit of a ride with your boy Mike T. So you may hear some talking in the background. I'm actually on Squad Creators Podcast, and I'm thinking about just chopping up some of these videos, y'all. I'm putting them back out there. I need a guest. And too bad we can't just invite somebody dead smack on YouTube. Well, I guess you can, but you have to pre-plan it out. But I can't just bring somebody on camera right now. So if we have any questions, or if y'all would like to know anything, please hit me up right now, as I do got a little bit of time. And I am waiting on my daggone food. Barb, what are you gritting to? I know you working on something wonderful over there. Or if not, you may just be relaxing. After all, it is like 9:31 p.m. That's Eastern time. Not the West Coast. The West Coast still got some daylight left. And I guess another reason why I came on too is just to let out a breath of fresh air. Because your boy getting ready to start brand new all over again. And this endeavor. And I want to make sure that I hit the head on the nail. First things first is I think I'm always going to be live. It won't be no pre-records. If it's a pre-record, it's going to be definitely during like Christmas season or something. What's going on, Deeper Than Cars? How are you doing? Man, I cannot find my Fox shirt to save my life. I got to put it on one time. But I think my kids be getting me. I was just telling 12 this the other night, and they reuse my shirts or my hoodies. They think Pop's got enough of them. He could just make a brand new one. I be like, no, some of that stuff I done bought from, my audience, my family members. But anyway, back on subject. So I have been toying with this idea of just, you know, what the next couple of moves for Mike T's is going to be. I'm good, man. I should be having another design. All right, I appreciate you, sir. Um, you guys may have seen me on the internet. I'm in and I'm off and I'm on and I'm not on, but it's been a while since I've been consistent with my lives. So, with that being said, it will be a new show. I am going to announce that right now because that's what everybody's here for. It's probably gonna be a solo show though. I am winding up yarn into pause for my next Afghan. Okay, sorry, losing my voice. It is a Celtic Mandela throw for my living. Oh, okay, wow. My mom has a couple of them lying around. One that my grandma made her. She knitted. I forget how long it took her, but my grandma crochet. Was it crochet? It might have been crocheting. It could have been something. But she was constantly in there with them sticks, watching Guiding Light, Young and the Restless, just like interlocking loops the whole time. But back to what I was saying is I'm getting ready to do a show in which I'm still talking to the print industry and to those that's up and coming in the industry with the questions that I've had and I've been using. I mean, it's like everybody's walk through life is different. Everybody's association with this journey is different. You never know how somebody got on. Me, I got on as a hobbyist. I didn't think that this is what I would be doing in the foreseeable future, and yet I'm still doing it. It's just now elaborated more to content, explanation, then content. Because everywhere I turn, there's something that has to be done for social media, and it doesn't have to be done. I say this with intentions on growing a bigger platform. If you are where you are at and you are comfortable with it, then do what works for you, I guess. But for me, I think I'm about to triple down, go harder, and you know, crochet. Crochet, yeah. I believe that's what my grandma was doing. I'm gonna double, triple down, and just start dropping content, y'all. I'm gonna try to make it as professional as possible, but at times it's not gonna be. You're gonna get the raw, uncut, filtered mic. So from here and there, you probably hear some cuss words. Not nothing crazy, but if we're talking about a good conversation, here's one: is heat press dead? And the situation just so gets heated, you know what I'm saying? And we're not yelling back and forth, but we're arguing or we're debating each other's point. Won't be no cleaning that up. That's just gonna be in there. Um, I want to say shout out to 12 Gone because man, we did it for a long time. The Squad Creators Podcast, and it originally started with 5 or 6 of us. I think I've told this story several times. And we were all on camera, just hopping on camera as often as we could, freestyling. There was no certain subject. There was no certain person or guest that was coming. It was just all organic. And through there, we've lost a couple of people, and it went on to just me and Seek. And Seek and I carried the torch all the way up until this year. Now, I'm not saying that the torch was put down, but I'm gonna say, when you got something that's on fire, and then somebody suddenly comes along and they throw a little cup of water on it, and your fire sizzle down a little bit. I feel like that's kind of what happened. In layman, in short terms, if that makes any sense to y'all. I feel like things were on fire, we were on the right track, and then that water came along and kind of put us out. Now, 12 and out, like I said, we have no issues, there's no problems. No, that's my brother from another mother. It's just at this time we haven't done any Squad Creators podcast, and neither he is to blame. I'm more to blame because y'all, I'm Superman busy, but at the same time, life has a way of doing this. And I enjoy doing the podcast. I'm just trying to think of a name. And I think I put it out a couple of weeks ago. And Shandy Cheek had put up Mike Time or Mike Prime or something. I was feeling that, but I didn't want the same. I don't want the same name. I don't want the same things associated with it. Uh, so I'm trying to figure out a name because I'm still gonna talk to the industry. I'm still gonna talk to those that's just now coming into the industry, or those that have been in the industry for a long period of time. I'm just not sure exactly on the name. Um, and I'd rather not put my name in it. I feel like I got my name all over the place. If y'all didn't know me from before, my first name was Mike Cooks. All right, and then it went from Mike Cooks to Mike Cuts because I cut hair and I was always cooking. I even tried to go to school. Your boy put himself in college for a hot second to become a chef, so it was Mike Cooks. Mike Cuts simply came from a side hustle, you know. I'd get off from working at an employee temps or somewhere, and people be lined up ready to get their hair cut, and I was always cutting people's hair. So let me see what I got. Mike Cut, Mike Cooks. I have a shirt somewhere. That's what I'm looking for right now. That had like everything that I was doing, which sucks. I don't have it on. But Mike Cut, Mike Cooks, Mike Cuts, um, Mike T's. I'm not doing Mike's podcast. I'm sorry. I can't do it. Hold on. Let's see. Barb, call it Grizzly Talk, or is it Grizzle Talk? Got an arrow right in front of it. Grizzly Talk. Yeah, Grizzly Talk. Hmm. I like that. I like that name a lot. Like deeper than Cars said. I do like that. And then my next thing is it's probably just gonna come on like once a week. I'm not trying to do it every day, 3 or 4 times a week, but just enough to actually come on. Like tomorrow, for instance, if I do decide to come live, who do I reach out to? Barbara might reach out to you to see if you come on and speak with me for a while. Not Grizzly. Not Grizzly. Grizzle. Definitely unique. It's definitely different. Hmm. I might go with I don't know, but I'm gonna have to sleep on it. I'm definitely gonna have to think about it. Sleep on it, think on it. Whatever it is, however it's gonna be, it's definitely gonna be centered not just around the print industry, but creatives, all walks of life. Grizzly or Grizzly was tickle. Yeah, it was tickle my brand. That's true. It definitely would. Um, but when I say that I'm going to do a podcast this time, I'm about to give it everything I got, y'all. And then I'm going to be talking to all creators. To me, I do love the print industry. There's nothing wrong with the print industry. And I love talking to all the people and how they got there and their journeys and the struggles that they went through. But I feel like that applies in all walks of life, not just the print industry. You know what I'm saying? Not just the brand, but every. I know so many people that own restaurants. I know artists. I know rap groups. I know people that make the beats. Like I just want to interview and talk to as many people as possible. That's why my name has to be something relatable. Relatable and that can go across the board. And then not my government name either, because y'all I'm tired of my government name being out there. Everybody know me from something or somewhere. I don't know if any of y'all was there. You might have Barb, you might have been there. But a couple of years I tried like tooth and nail to throw like a Christmas party. And when I tell y'all the first Christmas part, was it the first one or it's the one where I had Alexa singing? And I was calling everybody, trying to pull strings to make this Christmas extravaganza, this thing that I thought would be something positive, and it just kind of like fell through. It was successful, but it's not as successful as it could have been, if that makes any sense. I reflect a lot of things that's been done, as far as being in this industry, from just a learning curve to talking with folks to now I'm trying to go visit some of these companies, some of these places. That's really my next journey on top of the podcast is to have like visiting SilkySocks or Lane 7, just like I visited other places. I'm really trying to get inside and see what's going on with a lot of these companies and regurgitate that to y'all. Now, am I saying I'm gonna be the next number one influencer? No, that ain't what I'm trying to do. But I am trying to go to seps.io. You know what I'm saying? I am trying to go to Supercolor. I want to see visually with my eyes and be able to record what I can or what I'm permitted to record and bring back to you guys because I'm genuinely interested into it. Now, I've seen a couple videos from Gildan to Bella to even Seps, and they were showing like millions of yards of cotton being dyed colors. To me, that's something I want to get into. I want to see that up close and personal. That's content that people should be able to see up close and personal. I know a selected hand chosen few have been able to do this, but your boy Mike Tees would like to do it and bring it back to y'all. Another thing with the squad is in the beginning, when we were just like throwing stuff at the wall to see what would stick, and before I think we even had guests, we was just coming on with regular conversation, and then Seek was like, we should have a guest, and that forever changed the trajectory of the Squad Creators, Squad Talks, Squad Creator Podcast, Squad, however you guys were introduced to it. That forever changed that platform, which was an awesome idea. And I'm going to bring as much as I can, but you guys know, one, I'm kind of goofy, silly, laugh a lot, joke a lot. I am King Butcher with the names, so it's definitely going to be a trying time, trial and error. Don't ask me why I came on at 9:30 night on a Friday to talk to y'all about future plans. I just felt like you guys should know this. Other than there being a lack of content, I've just been running back and forth. Do you guys have any other questions for me, or would you like to know anything? Shout out to SilkySocks too, and Econo Transfers, all of those, all you guys that support me. I appreciate you guys. Treat you like family. I'm actually about to do a video, and it's going to be over Sugar Wish. Not sure if you guys are familiar with Sugar Wish, but shout out to my family over at Profit Camp, 2023, Angie Holding, Corey George, and everybody else that attended. Heat Transfer Warehouse. They sent me like a box full of cocktails, y'all. So this coming episode of in my closet is going to be over Sugar Wish. And Sugar Wish, shout out to you guys. I greatly appreciate it. It's deeper than cars. I like the idea of your upcoming podcast. Oh yeah, I'm about to apply some pressure. I am definitely about to come up out the woodwork. I see a lot of stuff going and changing and like topics I can hit on that's just different, and I see it from a different view, if that makes sense. Usually a lot of times I will listen to a live or I will listen to whatever's on while I'm working in the store, and stuff tends to marinate. And in the last couple of weeks, it's been like, let's just say, it's been a lot of stuff, y'all. I'm about to pour. Hold on, let me just pour something on you. I'm gonna pour a little beer in your cup, all right? Listen, there's been debate if HTV is going out. Is people not going to work? Is heat transfer vinyl going to be gone completely now because DTF is upgraded and so many people are doing direct to film and selling direct to film transfers? Let me tell you something. Everything has a place in its purpose in this market, and everything is made for everybody. You don't have to just be the transfer guy. You could be the screen printing guy. You don't have to be the screen printing guy. You could be the embroiderer. If you don't want to be the embroiderer, you could be the vinyl guy. If you don't want to be the vinyl guy, go wrap cards. Still the vinyl guy, yet you're just wrapping cards instead of t-shirts. Um, and there's been a lot of, like, since the last show that we've did for Squad Creative Podcast, there's been so much stuff that I just keep hearing. And it's just like, I ain't gonna say it rubbed me the wrong way. I'm gonna say that I've been told ain't nobody coming to save us. Like I was looking for somebody to save us. I done been told, um, you need to straighten it up a little bit. It looks sloppy. It could be a little bit cleaner. Uh, to my backgrounds, to all types of stuff, y'all. And it's just like, when I come out with this show, with this podcast, and you seeing a whole different version of Mike, I don't want y'all to be turned off, all right? Because the person that I was on those podcasts was like a little bit more lenient. And on the podcast that I'm going to come out with, it's going to be a little bit more harsh. So buckle up is what I'm saying. And like Barb says, exactly, everything has a place. I don't see vinyl going anywhere. DTF is good, but it isn't for everyone. That is so true. But it's like you got the wars now. All right, so everything before the pot stirs, there's like a little mini battles fought all across the field. Now follow me, y'all, because it's getting ready to get crazy. The mini battles right now is these DTFs and the various DTF qualities you can get. Unlike when vinyl came, I'm guessing or I'm assuming because I wasn't here when it came, but when vinyl came around, there was several companies trying to sell their vinyl, and then it just narrowed down to be one or two or even maybe three that's known to man, that's recognized. I'm talking about from here to Japan. And for most, it's Caesar. For some, it's Cricket. For me and the folks that I be informing, a lot of the times it's Econo. Because I believe in that product so much, I use it and I've never had bad rapport. But then you have your knockoff brands. You have Archie. These are Amazon names. You have people just coming up with stuff or even rebranding. Once upon a time, I was told that Caesar vinyl and Stahl's vinyl is the same vinyl. Is that hard to believe? Is that believable? Could it be? I don't know. Who knows? At this point, it's all about who you shop with, who you feel most comfortable spending your money with, who's helped you out the most, who's been in your corner the longest. All of these things play a part. So now I'm moving to the next segment. With the podcast, I am going to be speaking to what I call myself a micro influencer. People that's way below me, 1 subscriber, maybe no subscribers, to people that's well above my pay grade that I shouldn't probably even be speaking to. But I'm going to bring the content because I don't think it should have ever stopped. I just can't call it the squad. It cannot be called the squad. That's something that was great. That's something Seek and I, together. Great. Just can't be called that. And I feel like the industry still needs this advice to come out. I'm just trying to wrap my head on exactly how I'm going to do it, y'all, and do everything else that I'm doing right now. The rough ruggedness, the raw conversation, the lives, the making mistakes on air, on camera, a lot of people didn't even complain about. The polished, clean look, rehearsing lines, having people say stuff, pre-recorded show. Once again, a lot of people didn't say nothing. Matter of fact, if you go to the Squad Creative Podcast channel right now, the numbers don't even reflect the numbers of people that we've talked to. We've started that squad thing probably 3 or 4 times, y'all. From renaming to rebranding to trying to bring the information to y'all the best way that we knew how. And I ain't speaking for Seek. I'm only speaking for me, my T's. Part or half of the Squad Creative Podcast. I do have a notion of how my brother feels talking about Seek, but Seek's gonna have to speak on Seek's behalf of how he feels about Squad Creative Podcast. I'm simply just giving y'all my vision, my views, how I felt. The value was definitely there. Were we passed on by some people? Yes. Were we stood up by a lot of people? Yes. That no, we wasn't letting it go. The option to not have a show or to not keep going was not an option. It was, y'all keep going. Whatever you do, keep going, don't stop. Whatever you do, keep going, don't stop. I'm hearing this from everybody. And here we are, 2023, 3 years later, and the show has stopped. Once again, no one's to blame. It's just timing, being moved, shifted around, sold a dream, and then sent back. Just like some people say that they've tried things and it didn't work out. It was a testing phase or whatever. We call it that. But that was a schooling phase. I went to school for the last 3 years on how to podcast people, because you could tell from my questioning in the beginning of the podcast to the end of the podcast how things had changed. Some of the changes were definitely warranted. Some of the changes were definitely good. Some of the changes was just unnecessary. Some of the natural aspects of just having our lives and the mistakes and all of that. People want that. They want to hear that. They want to see that. That's the best part of a live. You're on the spot. You're right there. You're asking questions. You're able to engage with the audience. Who's ever watching? And you got a guest that's willing to answer questions at the same time. So, I don't know if you want to call it clearing the air, or if you want to just say letting you guys in on a little bit of what's going on. That's what's going on. And if I pop up tomorrow and I see a bar or a Deeper Than Cars, and I'm on where I can invite you guys, I would hope that you guys will come on and speak with me. It don't got to be 2 to 3 to 4 to 5, 6, 7, 8 hours. We don't have to do it for hours. It could be a 20, 30-minute conversation. Am I going to ask how your life is going and what got you into it? More than likely. And we're going to have a sidebar conversation. Maybe go off subject and then come back to subject. Very possible. But I'm going to give you the very best that I can of myself. And I just want to come on a Friday night to tell you guys that, because I think you need to know. I think you need to hear. I don't like leaving people in the dark. And I'm pretty sure there's a couple people asking, what's going on with Mike T's? Well, you know now. I think having different perspectives is good for me. It helps with not having tunnel vision. I understand that. And I went through that. I actually went through that on an episode. I froze. Like, I have so many experiences. I might just go on and start off telling y'all about how that came along. But I've had that tunnel vision live. You want to know when I had it, Barb? I was talking to Gina Gill. I will never forget it. Gina's a sweetheart. Y'all don't know. Uh, Gina, I'm trying to think of her name right now because I haven't said it in a long time. But me and her were having a conversation, and like something was in my head. Something was told to me prior before the episode about the way that my background looks and how unprofessional the show doesn't look, and it just looks like whatever. It looked like crap. It looked like trash. All right. So they was telling me this. I get on the interview with Gina. We starting to have a good conversation. I'm thinking I did change up the scenario a little bit because my background I had just put up a black sheet. And I'm thinking like, okay, if there's a black sheet behind me, this is what's gonna work. It's gonna give me that more professional look. I had some questions prepared, not all of them, because a lot of the times, which y'all didn't know, the Squad Creative Podcast was freestyle, even all the way up into TSH Network spot, the oh my gosh spot, yeah. Um, However, those questions was free-handed, them straight off a conversation, talking and oh, you did that, and then that's what happened. Well, wow, how did you get there? Just casual conversation. But the tunnel vision locked in, Barb. My curtain fell, which exposed like the brick pattern that I had behind me that looked very unprofessional. That looked very ghetto. It fell in the middle of a live, and I got tunnel vision there. I was lingering around the same question. I kind of paused for a moment. I think I might have even been sweating on there. I was thinking about just ending the live altogether, but I said, nah, I'll pull my big boy pants up. And I kept going. I kept going. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to leave this all in there. And it still was a great interview. Shout out to you, Gina. I greatly appreciate you on that interview. Another form of tunnel vision that I had is when I had Donish, aka SilkySocks, on. I think it was the first time. It was supposed to be Seek and I together. Seek at this time unfortunately had a reaction to the COVID vaccination and was hospitalized. So it left me to interview Donish. I didn't want to cancel the show. We still wanted to bring y'all the show, despite my brother going through his illnesses. And I got on there and I believe like the internet was freezing. Like I was using, what was I using? I might have been using Zoom. I was using something other than StreamYard. And it drove me crazy because it kept freezing and he would ask a question and talk and then my camera would freeze. So I'm catching everything delayed. The show just did not match up. So halfway through that show, tunnel vision. And I was thinking, I'm about to just go ahead and get up off of this camera. But sure enough, Donna sat there. He even seen that I was like digressing, you know what I'm saying, from the show. He was like, it's gonna be all right, man. Just stay focused. We're gonna move on to the next question. So shout out to you, Donna, aka SilkySocks, because he kept me going. He kept the fire going. But an update of sorts is what I just giving you guys, and that was my talk to me. All podcasts, I think, evolve. Yes, they do, Barb, and I got something for you guys, and I'm hoping that you enjoy it, and I know you're gonna let me know right off bat if you don't. Other than that, I will see y'all this weekend. So I'm gonna try to drop 2 videos a day. Today I dropped 2. One dropped at 9, and this is content I've had for a while. I think I have my members content. I got like 200 videos in there, and I'm about to just let all of that come out. So you're going to see a lot of videos just be on my channel that you may not have seen. So if you do get the chance, go ahead and check it out. And podcast, same. If you come on this after and you are watching after, drop a comment. Let your boy Mike know. What's a good podcasting name? I love you guys. Y'all have made this journey one of the best journeys. And without y'all, my teas would not exist. Shout out to all of those that have sponsored me thus far. All the companies. I'm not going to name off names, but the companies, you know who you are. I appreciate you. Accepting me as family as I accept you guys as family. And hopefully I could do a lot more lives. That's the goal. That's what I'm running towards in the podcast as well. So have a blessed weekend. Like I said, hopefully I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace. Appreciate you as always. Deeper than cars, Barb. Even the ones that didn't come on, say anything, or even leave a message. I appreciate you even being here. Even if you don't like me, I still appreciate you being here. Salute. Have a blessed night, blessed weekend. And I still hope all go in your favor. Now, peace.